I say this, my last thing, man. And please add to this. What I, some things I don't want to see. Rather, in this case, don't want to hear. No cat puns. I know it's part of her thing. I know it's what Selena Kyle, a.k.a. Catwoman, does, but I don't want to hear no cat puns.
That was only on the 60s show.
Yeah, I think even, what's her name? And
the Batman Returns had a shit ton of them.
Yeah.
Dude, okay, I don't count Batman Returns.
Okay, I'm just saying. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So that's the one. This is the one that's going to cause y'all to fight. Let's talk about some things that we want to see in this, some things we don't want to see in this. And let's start off with the things that we don't want to see, because immediately, everybody, I would think that unanimously, everybody's saying, as Martin said, don't want to see those goddamn pearls no more. Don't want to see that blood in the alley. I don't want to see no movie theater.
No Monarch Theater.
Right.
I don't want to
no Zorro.
No Zorro. No, I don't want to see none of this shit. It's been done to death. This is actually
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Yeah. This is how many times we've seen this shit.
Wow.
How many times we got to keep shooting them?
One more time.
Yeah, you don't need to see this no more. It's been done in animation, live action, TV shows, movies,
Video games.
books, video games. I don't want to see. I don't even want that mother to turn into an alley anywhere. I don't want to have no flashbacks. I don't want to have no memories.
Yeah.
None of that. We've seen it.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Matt Reeves has said we're not doing that.
Good. Because I haven't played it myself, but my daughter was playing the Batman Telltale game, and I was kind of watching it, and I was almost laughing. I was like, man, this motherfucker being sad over his parents. He's almost 40 years old. He's still moping around like the shit just happened yesterday.
Yeah.
Enough already.
That's what drives him, Martin.
Yeah, man.
It doesn't drive him. It's holding him back. It's like a weight around his neck. Everything with him was just down and like, well, you know what happened. Oh my God. Seriously.
Oh man, no, Martin, it's the greatest case of daddy issues you've ever seen. Yeah, they even showed there was a movie where Batman wasn't even in it. Batman was nowhere to be found. They put that shit in that.
I know.
Hey, Wayne, you get what you deserve.
Hey, wait a minute, this is a Joker movie. Wait a minute, oh shit!
I already died 17 times. Come on.
I love the way she looking like, oh shit!
Not again.
This is one that you said. You said one big thing that you don't want to see in a Batman movie. This version of Batman.
I don't want to see any outside DC references to other people or heroes or things. Just keep it about Batman and his supporting cast.
Yeah. I agree totally with that. And that was on my mind too. You know, keep it focused.
Keep it simple.
We don't need to make the more realistic version of the Justice League. We need to be laying seeds for this.
Yeah. You had your chance and it didn't work out. Let's go back to what worked.
If it doesn't work the first time, you try again.
I'm
just
good.
Give up.
I've been burned pretty bad. All right. I needed some time to recover.
I want to hear.
But your boy Matt Reeves is gonna be the one to bring it home.
Matt Reeves gonna be the one to say, "F that. I'm smarter than that." I don't want to see no footage on TV about surfers talking about some dude they saw in the water who was hanging 10 like better than anybody else.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm good.
Yeah, I don't want to hear any of that shit.
Well, you know, Gotham's different. It's not like we have a god protecting us like Metropolis does.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah.
All it takes is just a pen stroke to write that in for somebody to say.
That's true.
Yeah, man, there's like a super dude out here. Yeah. I don't want to hear that shit. No.
It would just take you out instantly.
Martin, you made a great point where you said no Joker.
Yeah,
I'd said that instantly. I said, I don't want to see a Joker. If you got to do it for maybe the third movie. But if we can
save it,
we don't need to do this. You know,
if you want to make his presence known, then make his presence known. But don't let that be the focus of the movie.
And if you do one, I don't want to see a Joker influenced by Heath Ledger. Like I said, we talked earlier about how they had the cuts in the mouths.
Would you prefer Jared Leto?
No. You have a choice. It's Sophie's choice, Corey. What you do?
Sorry, Jared. Damn. No way.
I'm just an actor.
Yeah. Nah, you know what? I mean, listen, I would say this. I admire David Ayer trying something different with that. I could have gone with a Cholo Joker if they didn't try to just throw him in there with nothing to do.
Yeah.
I'm one of the few people that believe that completely try something different. But you got to have a story vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes, I agree.
So I would, maybe it wouldn't have worked, but I would have given it a chance.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny as looked stupid when I saw it.
You got beef? Yeah, you want beef?
I'm like, Matt Reed, like, no, I don't want no beef. You're good. I'm good. We're cool, brother. Essay, vato, whatever the you are. As much as I love the Joker, I watch this scene almost weekly, man, and I don't want to see the Joker anymore, man. I love Joker with Joaquin Phoenix. I love that character, but if we don't, if we have to have a third movie, but there's so many villains that need a chance.
Yep. There's a pantheon. There's a pantheon of Batman villains we've never even seen on film before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get Clayface in there.
Yeah. I don't want to, as much as I love the gritty feel and I love the moodiness of it, I don't want this to be so dark that it's depressing.
Yeah, can we get just a little bit of color?
Yeah. I mean, they were able to make the Dark Knight dark and gritty, and we still managed to see the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It made it feel like an actual city instead of like I'm watching The Crow.
Yes, because that so often is what happens where they go like, well, it's Gotham, so it's going to feel like it's elsewhere. And that was the one thing Christopher Nolan did.
Yeah.
Was like, no, I'm shooting in real cities. So
Yeah.
you feel like you were there. You can understand what's like the gravity of what's happening as opposed to like, well, some fictional town that's completely on a soundstage.
Yeah, exactly.
You see different sides of Gotham. And I thought he did a great job in the trilogy of showcasing that.
Yeah, Batman Begins, he was, I think, held back by the studio saying this has to be a little more dark.
Yeah.
And the city looked fake. By the time we got to the Dark Knight, like, mother, I'm all about scope. I'm going to go to the city with some great architecture. If I'm going to shoot some great cinematography, I'm showing this shit.
Yeah. Like the differences between Batman Begins, where it's like, man, Batman's in like in another world at one point, like the Narrows or whatever it's called. It's like it's all brown, everything's covered in shit.
Yeah.
And the rest of Gotham's just, it looks fine. That was weird, but you're right.
Yeah.
I like that he established some more consistency in The Dark Knight.
Yeah. So if we're able to see some of this Gotham, just scene or two in daylight, the sun is okay every now and then, weather's fine every now and then. We don't need to have this depressed city,
Where the sun never shines.
Somebody's in Seattle like, F you, man. I don't want villains to deviate away too far from what they are. I mean, do something different. But again, the great thing with the Joker is that the Joker was definitely different. I remember Christopher Nolan describing this, and he's like, I can't tell you too much, but you're going to get a dirtier Joker, something that you've never really seen with the Joker before. But the essence of the Joker was still there.
Yeah.
He was more of an anarchist version of the character.
Yeah.
A terrorist.
Yeah, and he fit it. He fit perfectly with that. I'm insane. I don't know why I'm doing this shit.
I'm a dog that chases cars.
Yeah.
That's what it says, but it's like, you know exactly why you're doing this.
Yeah.
You got this shit way planned out.
Yep. I got to do a video essay about this. Ever since this came out, I didn't do it because everybody thinks I love the Joker so much. I'm trying to make excuses for him. But there's something behind his mentality. But we'll get to that another day. But, there's a lot of things I can deal with when they change things. I encourage changing these things, man. In fact, they have changed some things for the movies for the better. I'm not crazy about The Dark Knight Rises, but I begin to understand just how much closer that Bane was to what he is in the comic. Minus the Venom serum.
And the voice.
Explosions. What?
Yeah, that whole decision on that. Like, okay,
Totally.
I get, like, all right, this is what we're going to start with. But it seems like there'll be a point where you're like, this is not working.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about Batman.
Dark Knight Rises.
Return. Hey, you know what? At least he was ready for Corona.
Yeah, he was. He's ahead of the game with that.
But you know what I like about it is that there's been so many. Because I'm not crazy about the movie. I'm not even that crazy about the character. But what I like about the character is that in the comics, Bane is a smart guy.
Yeah.
He's very intelligent.
Yeah, he's an intelligent guy. Shit, Batman is even like, you broke my back and I'm still giving you money, to hold down crime where you are. You're like, I'm like drug dealers.
Yeah.
But a lot of like in animation and of course in Batman and Robin, they just show him as a big, big thug.
Yeah.
Big goon almost. At least with, exactly. At least with the Dark Knight Returns, they tried to show the more cunning, intelligent side of Bane.
And who is capable of disarming such a device?
You're like, I don't understand what you're saying. What if
Why don't you just jack the mic directly into your voice box?
if you pull that shit off your mouth, maybe I can hear you.
Only me. Oh, do you? Thank you, good doctor.
He's like, wait, what did you say? No, wait, I didn't understand you.
Honestly,
People are like, "What happened? I can't see down there. What happened?
Did he kiss his forehead? I don't know. Are they making out? I can't.
Yeah, man, it just didn't work.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about that Bane, but see, my point is, I can take it because they tried to keep to the essence of the character in the comics.
They made it. Yes, exactly.
You know,
and they made it a more realistic version. For itself.
Yeah. See, I can look at Bane, but then, in my opinion, when we get to what Tim Burton did with Batman Returns, that shit right there with the Penguin, where Tim Burton literally turned him into a penguin.
Yes.
Great speech, Oswald.
That is great, though. Come on.
I love that. That's why I left that shit in there.
That's when those Morgan Freeman slaps.
Get rid of his ass kissing hype man right here.
Great speech, Oswald.
Shut the up.
My name is not Oswald. It's Penguin. I am not a human being. I am an animal.
I was like, no, you're not. Man, that shit don't work. When he tried to change him into a penguin, where he hung out with penguins, talked the language of the penguins. I was like, get the out of here, man. Yeah,
they followed him into war.
Yeah, ate dead. What'd you say, Martin? Ate fish.
Ate raw fish. Yeah,
ate raw fish. And this was like, man, you know what? That's way too on the nose. Right? He's a literal penguin.
It's too far.
What was really sad about it was the announcement that he cast Danny DeVito. It was like, oh, this is perfect.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
And then to see what he did, it's like, oh, you ruined it. It didn't require all this.
Wow, Danny DeVito was perfect as that traditional penguin.
Yeah.
Everybody said, "You got the Danny DeVito is the penguin. Just get my top hat and a monocle." And to turn his ass into a fucking animal,
A mutant.
Into one of his sketches.
Yep. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and one of his drawings. Yeah. It's a Tim Burton world, mode.
Right. Batman ain't running this shit. It's me.
Yeah, I'm surprised you tried to turn Batman into a real bat. Flying around and shit. I say this, my last thing, man. Please add to this. Some things I don't want to see. Rather, in this case, don't want to hear. No cat puns. I know it's part of her thing. I know it's what Selena Kyle, a.k.a. Catwoman, does, but I don't want to hear no cat puns.
That was only on the 60s show.
Yeah, I think even, what's her name? And
the Batman Returns had a shit ton of them.
Yeah.
Dude, okay, I don't count Batman
Okay,
Returns.
I'm just saying. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So that's the one. This is the one that's going to cause y'all to fight. Dudes always fighting over chick. Man, what happened to bros before hoes, man? Well, Martin about to choke her.
I was like, oh, it's scary.
I ain't got all that shit.
Okay, all right.
Because Tim Burton lost his mind.
He did. That was more of a Tim Burton movie than a Batman movie.
But didn't Anne, what's her name?
Hathaway?
Anne
Hathaway. Didn't she do a couple of cat puns in there?
I don't remember.
Who remembers? Nobody remembers that shit. Yeah. I know. I did like Michelle Pfeiffer. I did. I'm just saying. That's fine for Tim Burton what he wants to do. That's over the top.
I like Michelle Pfeiffer, but there's so much about what she does that's wrong and terrible and not her fault.
Yeah.
It's like she's got to read what's on the paper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can't get mad at her about that.
I agree.
Yeah. Anne Hathaway she purred a bit. So I don't want to see none of that shit. Again, that's lazy. That's very lazy. Maybe for a more exaggerated family film, but not for this.
I'll say this. Zoe Kravitz has that look of the cat, like, get the away from me. She's got that look.
To get out of this with no cat puns. Yeah. Oh no, that's gonna happen.
You know what? I'm gonna put on my man Matt Reeves. Matt, you
Matt
know
Reeves
better.
like, oh man, I really gotta do one.
I feel like somebody from the studio is gonna say, "Listen, you got to get something in there."
Because she's a cat.
Just for my grandkids, they love it.
Yeah, Matt, don't let them do this to you, man.
I'm trying,
Corey. So let's real quick go into things that we do want to see.
Oh wait, I had a.
Oh, please go ahead.
Don't want to see.
Oh, please.
I don't want to see the gadgets get way too tech, because in the comics they've gotten to the point where they've made Batman pretty much just a low-level Iron Man.
Yeah,
and he's got all kinds of micro tech where he throws a little gadget into a room and it takes a photo of that room from hours ago that he can later study to do forensics on.
Oh, really?
Jesus Christ.
He's just a god now, basically.
Yeah, and even in that Telltale game, I was watching where he was pulling something
out his ass.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You think, okay, he's got something attached to his back when his gadgets, but it was like a gun he folded out to be this, to do some kind of thing.
Sure.
I was like, how the hell is he even moving around, swinging, and fighting people? He's got all this heavy shit hanging from the back, just hitting him in the ass every time he walks.
I mean, that's video games, though. I mean, you gotta think of that. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I was like, this is ridiculous now. So,
he has that drone in his back too. That's
what it was. It was a drone he pulled out.
Yeah,
that's what it was. I was like, that big ass drone has been behind him this whole time.
Has a 6-foot wingspan. I was like, oh, okay.
You don't want to see no shark repellent?
The thing about that, over what I was talking about, is that stays on the helicopter.
Yeah, okay.
When they fly over the wall.
Get off me, goddammit.
It's not always having it with you.
Look at that. Oh, look at them legs.
Easy does it. Easy
That's
does
why
it,
he's taking his
Batman.
time. Them booty shorts too tight right there.
You're riding up again, Batman. Keep him on, Robin. He got caught.
You know, Batman's like, you know what? Forget it, mother. Shit.
He's got to give it to him circus style. He's like, I'm not going down there. My sharkers! You, Batman!
Avenge me, brothers!
God, he exploded. Wow.
Anything you see you don't want in there?
You guys pretty thoroughly covered it. I just, like I said before, I just don't want them to expand beyond Gotham and in his rogues gallery and supporting characters.
Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of his rogues gallery, you had some things you wanted to see.
Yeah, new villains.
Yes.
A lot of new villains. I mean, I gave you some specific examples, but I would, if you're, making this kind of more realistic take on Batman, I'd love to see Hugo Strange make an appearance, getting like a psychological aspects of the character. If Robert Pattinson's version has rage issues and all sorts of other issues, I think he'd be a great character to have. And also Mad Hatter, who I think is really underrated. It'd be really creepy.
Yeah.
This guy who's kidnapping children, specifically girls.
Yeah.
He's basically a pedophile.
Yeah, pedophile. Yeah, dressed up like a goddamn Alice in Wonderland character.
Exactly.
Yeah. I put one down and I saved it because, well, I'm going to put this one that you put up here. We already talked about Court of Owls.
Yeah, I hope that they're in it. It makes sense.
We talked about that earlier, how this could be great throughout the span of the trilogy. You wrote one down that I always wanted.
I know.
So I say, have I mentioned this before?
Yeah, you have.
This one is probably out of all the crazy characters that he fights, this one is one of the craziest, but also can walk that line of being more grounded too. I've always thought, like, man, if somebody used the ventriloquist.
You're talking to Batman. Shut up, you blockhead.
Batman fucking with it. At first I thought Batman was laughing. I thought
He's just mad. It's like a puppet's messing with me.
Yeah. I love that because Batman's just looking like, what the fuck?
what the fuck is wrong with this dude? He's like, I fought some crazy shit, but this bullshit takes it, man.
What did you say? It wasn't me.
He's been feeding me information in return for
Man, shut up!
I was like, I'm going to use this.
That dumb is like, what?
I knew it.
I even like the way the henchmen are confused by this.
protection.
Yeah, but boss, we ventilate the ventriloquist. You know.
They just confused. They don't know what to do. I love that character, man. I always thought I wish they had actually used that in the Dark Knight Returns.
Rises.
I'm sorry, Dark Knight Rises.
I want to see a darker take on the sidekicks and partners with Batman. They've never really done a good job cinematically of adapting Robin or Batgirl. And I would love, Martin, we're kind of on the same page of this. I want him to have a Robin or a Batgirl and to have it just go horribly south and for everyone to say, like, see, this should not happen. You should not have a kid doing this with you. It just should serve as an example. And with the world they're setting up, and if he goes after like an apprentice or whoever it might be, that would be, I think, a great point of conflict.
Well, that's where you would get the Red Hood too. You know,
Jay,
like, you can do better than pull a kid into this shit.
If you're going to use one Robin, and based on the tone of what they're going for right here, it should be Jason Todd.
Yeah.
Or make it even a more personal connection with Jim Gordon, have it be his daughter, Barbara. and something bad happens to her.
Yeah, which does.
Yeah, which obviously does. Yeah. So I think that would be great because we've never seen a good cinematic adaptation with Robin or any of the other characters.
Yeah. Well, there you go, folks. My crazy ass went way deep into this. Any more than a Bat fan should.
We join you a little bit in the madness.
You know what's up.
I was impressed.
Let's go to the chat. Chat, what are your thoughts on the trailer? What are your thoughts on Batman? What questions do you have? Somebody put a question out there.
Sure.
What about Daniel Craig as Mr. Freeze? I could see something like that.
Do you think they would do the more, I don't know, fantastical villains in this series? Because I get the sense they wouldn't.
That's what you'd have to, I don't know. Let me see here.
I don't know. I was going to say they're all somewhat fantastical, but
sure.
But yeah, when you get to a point with people with powers, Man-Bat.
He's a monster.
Yeah, exactly. Who knows, like Clayface and whatnot. Somebody said, what do you think about a black Batman? Are they doing a black Batman?
Yeah, they're doing a miniseries.
A miniseries with a black Batman?
Yeah.
Look, I have no problem with them doing something like that. I always thought, like, if you find a way to do it, since you have all these alternate universes and whatnot, go ahead. Create new characters. Or if you find a way to do it another way, fine, do it. I have no problem with that. I'm sure other people will, but that's where it really gets stupid because they ain't taking the original Batman away. They ain't replacing the original Batman. So if you have a problem with any kind of Batman, motherfuckers be bad. They'll be all right with a goddamn 3-foot Batmite, but a black Batman, y'all like, oh no. So no, I have no problem with that, man. I mean, like I said, I would have a problem with a black Batman if they just did it to do it,
right? And
it was ruining some storyline or something. Then yeah, I don't think you should change anything like that. How you feel about Commissioner Gordon?
Jeffrey Wright looks great.
Jeffrey Wright looks. That's one of the first things I saw when he walked in. I said, you know what? And Commissioner Gordon, you can change his race if you want and without a problem. He looks the part.
And the thing is, we've seen so many different takes on Commissioner Gordon over the years. Play around with it at this point. Yeah, sure. It doesn't matter what race or ethnicity
they already messed with. They said, man, that's Martin right there.
What? Because he has a mustache.
Every time they about light skin.
No, every time he pops up, I get compared to him.
Oh, really?
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I see it. I ain't gonna lie.
No. When I was at work, there was a guy named Peter Park, and he was just like, I was like, oh, you're like Peter Parker. He's like, yeah, except I'm Korean. But I was like, yeah, I know, but the name is. And he was like, man, I don't want to say nothing, but you know who you look like? And I was like, I took my glasses and I started wiping them. He's like, yes, the dude from Westworld. I was like, oh, okay.
That's great, Martin, you for Halloween, man, you got to put on a teeny weeny afro, put on some get that coat, get a tie, and just walk around taking clues. And
nobody would know who I was.
Well, if you went in with a flashlight, and just searched everything, looking for clues everywhere you go.